Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I hope this video finds you well wherever you are in the world. And once again, please continue to stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and warmest regards to you during these times. I'd like to continue with the viewer poll results of the recent poll that I asked regarding your favorite Criterion Collection cover art designs. Today I'd like to talk to you about the titles that received 5 votes each, thus being tied for 38th place. Once again, let me say that with this list, I received a number of votes from quite a number of people, and I compiled the list, and here are the titles arranged by the amount of votes that they received. Where I had to exercise a certain amount of editorial discretion, I will let you know during the course of these video presentations. But without further ado, my friends, let us begin with the first title that received 5 votes, thus being tied for 38th place. This is spy number 175, and this is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And if you know the film, you know that this is a very very visually enhanced work, let me put it that way, with a lot of stylized imagery that's applied to this film very effectively, and it conjures up a certain type of image that is very unforgettable, very memorable, and is very linked to the actual film itself. And I think this particular cover art expresses that very nicely. So this is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Art director Sarah Habibi, art direction Ralph Steadman, designer Eva Waugh. Once again, really fabulous. I love the font use, I love the color, and I love the actual drawing effect of this. This drawing effect also is carried through in the booklet, both outside and inside, and so I recommend that you take a look at this if you're interested in a further exploration of this artwork. Once again, my friends, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Next, this title also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place in the viewer poll. This is spy number 565. This is the film The Great Dictator, and this is a very clever title, or very clever cover art design, relying on simplicity, but also relying on kind of a very recognizable iconography, or 2 sets of iconography that are linked in a very interesting visual motif. And if you know this film, you know what I'm talking about. And if you look at this cover art one way and then the other way, it's absolutely perfect and very clever in its simple design and presentation. Really one of the clever sort of artistic motifs in any Criterion cover art, in my opinion. I'm so happy to see it on the poll list as it appears here. I should say the art director Sarah Habibi, cover designer Ollie Moss, packaging designer Rob Jones, etc. Once again, very clever. It's so key to the film. If you know the film, you know that this is very representative of the role or roles that are involved with Charles Chaplin and what it is he's bringing to this particular story. This is the cover art, the really clever and brilliant cover art for the film The Great Dictator. Next, this also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 134, and this is the new Blu-ray release of this film called Hexen. Now, if we look at this cover art, we see that there is actually a lot going on here. And if you know the film, you know that this is mirroring the film. The cover art is mirroring the film very effectively, and in terms of the quite vivid and frightening imagery that is at play, in terms of this very vivid and quite disturbing and very memorable work that is Hexen. And so to have this cover art here, which is quite in your face and very almost confrontational in terms of the kind of sinister imagery that it's trying to conjure up, I think is very effective. And once again, tying in very nicely and very acutely with the actual underlying work itself. This is the cover art for Hexen. It's wonderful to see it here emerge on the list. Let me say that art directors are Sarah Habibi, Eric Skillman, illustrations, Glenn Smith, designer, Eric Skillman. So, my friends, once again, this is the film Hexen. Next, this title also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 98. This is the film L'Avventura. Now, this is a very, very clever, simple design in terms of a kind of capturing a moment or a shot or a particular image from the film. And I should say that it wraps around very nicely here and the back like so. So we get the characters, the 2 main characters of the film, or 2 of the main characters of the film, and how this plays out. And this is actually a kind of one of the key moments in the film that plays out, and this moment I think is quite a visually arresting one. And so to have this as the image and the cover art here, and the front cover itself with the one and only the legend that is Monica Vitti. This is very sublime, and it's simple and it's monotone on the one hand, and yet it's also quite poetic in terms of what is being presented, and it creates a kind of mystery in terms of why is she looking back, what is it exactly that she's thinking. And indeed, this is one of the key ways of watching this particular moment of this film, and also this film in general. What are these characters thinking? How are they reacting to the surroundings around them, if they are reacting at all? And how is this all affecting one's emotional landscape and human psyche? This is very simple yet effective cover design for the film L'Avventura. Art director is Sarah Habibi, designer Lucien S.Y. Yang, and the art crew here has done a fine job for this great release, L'Avventura. Next, this received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 826. This is The New World. And what a vivid, stunning illustration drawing here. The colors are, I think, very keyed into the film's look itself. There's a certain sense of story iconography that's at play, kind of history, living history, that is also at the heart of this film. And there's a certain character development or certain character depiction of this particular depiction that is, of course, tied to the film itself in a very key and constructive way. This is, I think, very apropos, very keyed in, very fitting to this overall stunning work. Very, very stunning work. Very important. One of the best releases from Criterion from this particular filmmaker, Terrence Malick. So this is The New World. And art director Sarah Habibi, Eric Skillman, illustrations Robert Hunt, designers F. Ron Miller, Eric Skillman. I should say that this is stunning work. Let me just say that for this Blu-ray edition, this is a digipack, and the front cover is great, but also the digipack design is also quite stunning, and so you're getting an overall great artistic package with this particular release from the Criterion Collection. Once again, The New World. Next, this also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 226. This is a DVD release of this film, Onibaba. And the Kaneto Shindo film Onibaba is here. And if you've seen the film Onibaba, you know that this is a particular image of the film that is very memorable, very frightening, quite effective in its use in the film, and also to see it here depicted in this very ornate and quite detailed artistic rendition with this particular mask imagery in the foreground, and also the background with the darkness and the night and the sky and the nature, is an overall capturing the essence of this very great and memorable and unique work from Kaneto Shindo. This is the film Onibaba, and what a great work of art this cover art design is. Art director is Christine Ditrio, menu and package design Lucien S.Y. Yang, art department manager Eric Skillman. We have the artwork here, we have the artwork that's repeated in this particular insert, and also the way that the lettering figures in with this circular type of motif, I think is very artistically effective and quite clever. So once again, my friends, this is Onibaba. Next, this is a title that also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 942. The Tree of Life. This is another Terrence Malick work that we find in this particular slot of the viewer poll results. And this is a particular moment in the film. It's one of the most poetically arresting and very important moments in the film, in fact, and it's depicted in quite an interesting visual landscape, as shown in this particular Criterion cover art design. So it's very much attuned to the film. It has resonances. It has a resonance that is very emblematic of the themes of the film in terms of the nature, or questioning the nature of existence, the idea of religion and God, and also one's place in the universe, and one's place in the universe in terms of not only a kind of notion of the afterlife, but also in terms of one's daily life and all that involves. And of course, so much more, my friends. But I think the cover here and its capturing of a particular moment or essence of the film is very effective. And so this is The Tree of Life. Art director Sarah Habibi, Eric Skillman, designer Neil Kellerhouse. And I should say also that the booklet is right here, so it has this light motif, which is very much keyed into very crucial moments of the film elsewhere. And then we have that motif extended around to the back here. And then we have this being a digibook. We have the inner part like so. So there's a little bit of a continuation of the use of images that we find in the film itself to carry us and to illustrate this particular Criterion package. So well done from Criterion. This is The Tree of Life. Next, this also received 5 votes, thus making it tied for 38th place. This is spy number 916. This is the film Women in Love. And this cover art design is absolutely astonishing. And it's astonishing for this particular work under this Criterion release, which is about so many things. It's about relationships. It's about a kind of emotional the exploration of a certain type of emotional terrain. It's also an exploration of what might be deemed to be a sense of modernity, but also it's a modernity that is also linked to a sense of kind of artistic classicism, perhaps, or sort of a classic mode of expression. And I think that's all captured very well in the way that the art is depicted here. Really splendid design and really splendid presentation here for this exceptional work, Ken Russell's Women in Love. This is a really great presentation, and I should say that the art directors are credited as Sarah Habibi, Eric Skillman, with illustrations Kent Williams, designer Michael Boland. So once again, my friends, this is the cover for Women in Love. Last but not least, this title, having received 5 votes, is also tied for 38th place. This is spy number 339. This is the film EE. EE, my friends. This is, of course, a depiction of one of the characters in the film in one of the settings of the film that we see early on. And this is also very important because it's from this setting that we get a sense of the tableau of the characters and the world that we are to inhabit as we are to watch this film and these characters progress. With this particular person depicted on the front here as well, who forms a very crucial function in the film, as well as being one of the most memorable characters and one of the most emblematic aspects of this overall masterwork of a film, Edward Yang's EE. This is cover art design, let me say, art directors Sarah Habibi, Eric Skillman, menu and package design Eric Skillman, cover photograph Andre Constantini. And this is EE. I love the use of the font and the square here, EE, the red curtains and the balloons. Of course, as I say, this is part of a particular scene early on in the film. The red motif, I think, is very important, which is carried through also in the booklet, EE, but also we have EE as expressed in the characters, the Chinese characters here for the booklet, which is wonderful. Again, a wonderful presentation for an absolutely masterpiece of a film. This is EE. Okay, my friends, so that's it for the titles that received 5 votes each, thus making them tied for 38th place. What do you think so far? I hope you're enjoying this viewer poll results list, and I will continue with more videos going forward. I've talked about the top 20, and I've talked about the titles that have received 7 votes, 6 votes, now 5 votes each, and I will go down the list until we get 4 votes, 3 votes each, 2 votes each, and then the section that received of the titles that received 1 vote each. It's a very interesting list, and so if you're interested, I'd love to see you in the future videos. But in the meantime, my friends, once again, thank you very much for your participation in this poll. Once again, I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you very much for showing me your enthusiasm as always. And until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well. And please continue to watch a lot of great, great movies. Take good care of yourselves, my friends. Be well. Take care. Stay safe. And cheers.